Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm John, this is Many a True Nerd, and this is Mass Effect No Guns. Last episode, we recruited Liara, we finished up Therum. So now, first things first, as is usual, I'm just going to quickly nip around the ship and say hello to everyone, just to make sure I'm getting all their missions. Liara, incidentally, lives in the back of the med lab, so you can go and chat to her there if you want to. Liara doesn't have anything too interesting to say. She's mainly just, like most first conversations, it's mainly just a little bit of a chat about like her personal history and her culture. It's not that much, really.
Commander, do you have a minute?
For you, Caden, of course I do.
Yeah, I read a lot of those books when I was a kid, where the hero goes to space to prove himself worthy of a woman he loves, or, for justice.
Oh, Caden. He's clearly read a lot of sci-fi when he was growing up, and then he got sent to brain camp. How can you not like Caden? He read sci-fi, then went to brain camp.
We'd sit around and bull every night after dinner, play cards or network games.
See? He plays computer games too. He's just a massive nerd.
But she was smart and charming as hell. Beautiful, but not stuck up about it. Like you, I guess. Ma'am.
Caden is not even subtle about the fact that he wants in my pants.
You, make a habit of getting this personal with everyone?
Caden, just you, really.
No, I don't. We'll talk again.
I'm lying. I'm literally about to go downstairs and go through every available dialogue tree for everyone else, but he doesn't need to know that. Rex, you got more stories to tell me? Interesting. So Rex just told me a story about how he was briefly recruited by Saren to take out a Volus trading vessel that, as far as Rex could see, had nothing of value on it. And yeah. But I don't actually know... I don't remember it ever coming up anywhere else in the plot, revealing why Saren attacked it or what it actually was. Interesting. Okay, Ashley, let's get you out of the way.
Commander? Not sure I buy Dr. Tassoni's story about her and her mom not talking. They're family, right?
Yeah, well, I believe her because I don't instantly distrust people because they're blue, Ashley.
I know things are different aboard the Normandy, but I'm concerned about the aliens.
Yep, overt racism.
You don't trust their motives because they're not human.
This is the most advanced ship.
She doesn't deny it, of course. She's openly like, yep, I don't trust them because they're aliens. You don't trust aliens, Williams? Actually, no, I'm just going to yell at her. You're out of line.
That's enough, Chief. You always second-guess your superiors?
Ma'am, no ma'am. I'm sorry, I was out of line. I'll get back to my duties, Commander.
Oh, excellent. I leveled up from yelling at Ashley. That's the best thing ever. Good, good, good. Now, Garrett, you who I like significantly more than Ashley.
How are you?
Now, let's carry on with his story about CSEC.
If you want to nail Saren, you need to send someone who isn't restricted by policies and procedures.
No, Garrett. No. We're not bound by protocols. Protocols keep us on the side of the good guys. Yeah, we basically have to just very slowly talk Garrett around to not being a psychopath. Because, yeah, you get the feeling that left on his own, he would just go off the rails and start shooting everyone who he thought was a bad guy. And, incidentally, that is kind of what happens in the second game. Oh, hello, Shepard. Indeed. You sound down, Tali. Tali doesn't have anything hugely of interest to say. She's just feeling a bit homesick. Now, let's have a look, see if there's anything good in the shops. If nothing else, I've got some stuff to sell.
Looking for supplies?
So, all that dealt with, let us move on our merry way. For the moment, though, I don't want to leave Artemis Tau just yet. Instead, I want to head to the other systems of Artemis Tau.
Message coming in.
Commander Shepard, my name is Nasana Dantius.
Oh, hello.
I have a job for you. I can't say any more in an unsecured communication.
Okay. Nasana Dantius wants to have a word with us, but this is the world we actually want to. Edolus, in the Sparta system of Artemis Tau. Now, this is the world that Admiral Kahoku told me to go to. And we're going to take Liara and Caden with us. Mainly because I want to spec Liara out while I'm out here today. Normally does a flyby, and Mako drops out the back. So Admiral Kahoku told us to go and find his men. And luckily they are literally straight ahead of you as you begin. But first, while we're actually here, let's spec out Liara. So Liara, you'll probably notice, has pretty much exactly the same abilities as you. She's got throw, lift, warp and singularity, as well as barrier and stasis. She does act as a first aider, which is useful. Because I get the feeling that she will do potentially more first aiding. Actually, no, will she? Maybe not quite yet. Meanwhile, her Asari scientist skill is recharge time, which is great. As well as, actually, yeah, Asari scientist is actually probably way better than her first aid skill, because then it also gets the amount of stuff that, yeah, that's pretty powerful. Her recharge time and first aid going up from Asari scientist is pretty powerful indeed. So obviously, first thing we want is just to get lift up and running. That's obvious, as well as singularity. Yeah, warp, heavy warp. No, not heavy warp. Sorry, advanced warp even. Singularity is great. Barrier is great. Do I want to go straight up to advanced singularity? Advanced singularity is pretty darn fun. Yes, okay, advanced singularity. She also has electronics, which is fun, because obviously electronics means she will be able to have a fair whack of shields on her. But I'm also going to get her up to advanced lift, because basically we want her to be yeah, using the biotic abilities. That's pretty much her job. So I'll put the rest into here. So yeah, she's pretty much just a biotic powerhouse to me. And she's also going to have a bit of first aid use, which is very nice indeed. Which means Kaidan probably will not need to be as much of a first aider anymore. So that's fine. But I'll get up to advanced first aid anyway. I have 2 levels, incidentally. I think I got 1 when I defeated the Krogan last episode, and 1 from yelling at Ashley this episode, which is a great thing to have a level from. Yeah, you see the Sentinel cooldown bonus is way worse than Liara's. It's just nowhere near as good. I'm going to get him up to Master Throw, just for fun. Yeah, Master Throw, that's great stuff. So he's now got a 6-meter radius on a really powerful throw, so that is useful. And I'm also going to get his lift up by 1 thing yet too. Yep. As for me, I also have 4 to use up. Ooh, you see, now I'm feeling kind of jealous of Liara, because she's got loads of powers and stuff. I'm going to get Charm up, because I'm going to need it sooner or later, so I'm just going to spend 2 points maxing out Charm as far as I can so far, because that is necessary. I'm going to get Warp up, because I'm going to be taking on more and more nasty Geth, and eventually it will get to the stage where the only way I can defeat them is by bypassing their shields with Warp, so I'm going to max out Warp pretty darn soon. So I'm going to go down that route. So literally just straight over the hill crest that's ahead of you when you come in. Now, and you'll find straight ahead of you the source of the signal. And you'll find, as soon as you approach it, it's pretty much Commander Shepard's arch nemesis. Ooh. A Thresher Maw. So these are the things that that attacked you on a coup. This is the famous problem on a coup that you had. So yes, I just need to stay out of the way of this thing, because it does a lot of damage with its kind of spitty stuff.
Heading out.
Oh, hello. Whew. Yeah. I wouldn't even bother shooting it, guys. What are you using, by the way? Yep, sniper rifles for everyone. That's what we want. Let's examine that Marine.
These are Alliance soldiers. It appears they were lured here by the distress beacon.
These are Admiral Kahoku's men. We need to tell them what happened here.
So yes, we now need, our mission now changes to return to Kahoku and tell him what's going on. So that's fine, we can do that. In fact, we're going to be doing that now. You can take on this thing. There is no point, so instead I'm just going to get back into the vehicle and basically run as soon as possible. So we're now just going to be running out of the... Oh, hello! Oh, that's just cheating when he does that. That's just bloody cheating, quite frankly. Yeah, he does occasionally pop out underneath you, which is quite frankly just bloody cheating. So I can't heal because he will just shoot me. So I just need to get off here. The trick to these guys is they can definitely only appear on the flat. They'll only ever like appear in like lake beds or what look like kind of like really flats. They can't really do anything outside of them. So if you just head up onto the hills, then you are going to be safe. So if I just hide in this little valley for a second. And Kaidan, if you could do your best. Thank you. Yeah, you'll probably notice that we're nowhere near as good as we were when Tali was around, because we don't have anywhere near as much skill in electronics between us all, so actually we're kind of a shit repair team. How much you repair is a function of how much you have an electronics skill in your team as a whole. So right now my Mako is in pretty bad shape, but it has full shields. So yeah, that's kind of... I just need to avoid trouble for the most part. But I'm just going to, while I'm here, I'm just going to pick up a couple of other things. So as much as many people hated the Mako, I mean, I think one of the big things that I actually really loved about Mass Effect that went missing in the subsequent games was there were just so many planets that you could just go into and explore, and there were just like it was like a few square miles of space you could just drive your tank around on and just have a look-see round. And there's, you know, mineral deposits which gave you loads of money, and there was just interesting stuff. And sometimes you'd find like Prothean pyramids with relics at the top of them, and sometimes you'd find all sorts of weird stuff. I mean, I'm not sure what this symbol I'm coming up on is, so I'm interested by this. What is this? Hello. Oh, it's a crashed probe. Let's go and have a look-see. So let's go and decrypt this. Can we? No, electronic skill too low. God damn it, Caden. I also think they did a really good job. Like, when you look at the map, there's normally like a couple of points of interest, but if you just actually go exploring the whole map, you find way more. And it's not like it's pointless, because not only are there really expensive guns that you can buy in this game, there's like the Spectre gear, which is really expensive, so you can rush up to that by doing mini games like this, but you did actually get to carry money over. You got to carry it over into Mass Effect 2. Not all of it, but a fair bit of it, which is, I don't know, I just thought it was a really nice system. I thought it actually, you know, it rewarded you exploring, which was really cool. And I think not enough games do that. So that done, we're back in the Normandy now, and I think it is time we must make a flying visit back to the Citadel, because we got interrupted by that message from What's-Her-Face, Nasana Dantius, telling us to come back to the Citadel. Plus, we've got to say hello to Admiral Kahoku, so we've got to do that. And I wouldn't mind doing some shopping either. I wouldn't mind getting, as from now on, it will very often be a team of myself, Liara and Tali. That will actually be a very common team that I'll be travelling around with. I think we therefore need to get some good quality Quarian armour and some good quality light human armour for everyone involved. So, in we come to our nice docking bay. Now this is me being a nerd, but this is the single big... Oh, hello, there was something to look at. There was something to look at. Point defense system, yay. This is one of my favourite things in all of Mass Effect 1 versus the subsequent games. That when I've come to the Citadel and I want to go out, I need to go to the Citadel, I need to walk to the door, select my team, and it can indeed be Tali and Liara. And here we are by the door. Tells us it's managing the, it's equalising the pressure, which makes perfect sense. The door's open, and now we're outside. The worlds feel connected. They feel properly connected. Oh, hello. Ooh. Oh, I know you. You are a jerk.
Rear Admiral Mihailovic, 5th Fleet.
I'm not sure I'm really a saluting kind of person. I'm more of a casual soldier. Oh, I saluted anyway.
Respect you, sir.
Then the Council got their paws, claws, tentacles, whatever. They got them on our ship, and you.
Oh good, another overt racist. Think of it as an opportunity to piss off racists.
I do begrudge this over-designed piece of tin, though.
Ooh, nobody insults my baby. Not least as the requirements of a Spectre are very different to the requirements of the main Alliance fleet. Luckily, I decided to put multiple points into Paragon, so I can just blue dialogue him until he shuts the hell up.
Modified Turian style. They prefer commanders looking over their subordinates rather than in the middle of them. We wanted to see how effectively they can command with that setup.
I love how the Shepard says this, by the way, because in literally every cutscene for the remainder of the series where something's dramatic happening, she's never standing in that command unit. She always runs straight to the front and stands next to Joker.
What good is it to hide for a few hours anyway?
What good is it to be completely invisible to scanners for a few hours? Oh, I wonder what use that could be. Blue text.
But that's not the job of a proper warship. We're supposed to find
oh man, proper warship, he says, pointing. This is really an America fuck yeah kind of guy.
And we need to talk about your crew, Commander.
Oh, here comes the racism.
Sorry? Turians?
I like the order of his racism, though. From a storytelling point of view, it's very nicely written, because of course the Alliance, the human military, are most racist against Turians, because it was a human-Turian war that was the first interplanetary conflict the humans were involved with. So yeah, it kind of makes sense that he would be most disgusted by Garrus being on board. But luckily, I can blue him into convincing him that they are allies.
Any other justifications for the state of this vessel?
I don't have quite enough to, unfortunately, if I'd have waited a little bit longer to come back here, I could have had one more blue thing. But I think I've done pretty well, so nope, I do not.
Sir.
I'll be submitting a report to the Joint Military Council. It will not be as negative as I planned.
Okay, I'll take that as a result. Ooh, I just picked up a grenade. Apparently he just gave me a grenade. Excellent. Oh, now this is the team. This is now the team. This is the sisters doing it for themselves team.
Commander Shepard, sorry to bother you. This is Lieutenant Girard down in the docking bay. There is a woman here. She was rescued from Batarian slavers a few weeks ago.
Okay, so what's just popped up there is because I chose the backstory. I chose the backstory of being a colonist. That means that the colonist-specific submission has just popped up, which basically means someone who was taken in the same raid that I survived before it became the Commander Shepard you see before you, has now escaped, but has got a bit nuts. The annoying thing about this mission, however, is because it's up in the docking bay, it means if I want to do it, we have to go right back up the way we came. Alright, ladies, would you mind just having another elevator conversation to keep us entertained? So yes, someone who was in the who was taken as a slave in the raid that I survived is now up here and has got a gun and is very mentally unstable and wants to die. And if you're playing this game, Renegade, you can just speak to Lieutenant Girard, the only Frenchman in space, and basically just tell him to order a sniper to shoot her dead. And it's the most evil thing in the whole game. Because obviously she's got a gun, so she is a danger to them. So there's a sniper in place, and you can just tell him to shoot her dead. So, I've got a sedative, and Tali...
The Normandy is amazing, Shepard. It's an honor to...
Tali, this really is not the time. The mentally disturbed woman with the gun is our focus right now, okay? So here she is. Here's Talitha, from the same colony as me. Tali, don't get that close to her. And let's have a chat with her. And yep, she is not happy with us.
The Masters put their symbols on her. Hot metal all over her back.
So yeah, she, having spent 13 years in slavery, she's pretty much, and been very badly abused. She doesn't really, she knows what her name is, but she doesn't dare say it because she's been told she doesn't have it anymore.
They call her
and yes, there's some of the bits of this story are some of the most horrific, creepy writing in the game. So what you basically need to do is you need to ask her about something and then take one step forward. So let's ask her about her parents first.
But the Masters, they have lights and hoses. Daddy's... he's melting!
Yes, a light and a hose that made her father melt. I find that creepy. Luckily, if you have Paragon, you can make this work. So having had that conversation with her, I'm allowed to take one step towards her.
Okay.
And basically it goes on like that.
She doesn't want to be there anymore. In the pen, in the cages, lying quiet while they do things to her.
Yes, it's very creepy.
She tries to fix the Masters so they won't be mad at her. She puts all the reds and purples back in, but they don't move.
Yeah, that's probably the creepiest thing in the whole story. At some point, someone comes and killed the slavers who'd taken her, and she tries to heal them by putting the reds and purples back in. And, oh, yeah, the writing is so good for this bit. So now I'm just going to give her the sedative.
Talitha, this will make you sleep. If you fall asleep, they'll take you to a place where you can get better.
And that's that quest completed. Oh, people say Mass Effect 1 didn't have a great plot. It had some of the best writing in the whole franchise. My God, I remember he has some amazing writing. So, that done, let's head straight back down to CSEC. Titus raises an interesting point, which is, correct me if I'm wrong if you know this series well, but I don't think we ever saw a single Quarian biotic in the main game. Do they exist? Can Quarians be biotic? I don't know. I don't think we saw any. I mean, obviously, you know, biotics tend to be more like engineers, but I just don't think we've ever seen one. Ah.
Commander Shepard?
Yes. Hello, reporter.
Khaleesa been seen in Al-Jalani, Westerland News. Would you answer a few questions for our viewers?
Yes, I will, and I'll resist the urge to punch you in the face while I'm doing it. This is a running joke. If you're doing this game on Renegade, every single... She pops up in all 3 games, and you can actually, you can punch her in the face as a Renegade option in all 3 games, and I love that. But I won't be doing that, obviously, because I am a Paragon.
What are your feelings on being the first...
I am honoured.
One last question, Commander. Rumors back home say you're tracking a rogue Spectre named Saren. Do you have any comment on that?
And I am unfortunately just going to have to say this interview's over. I'm going to say I can't confirm. Ooh, what's the right thing to say? I'm going to just have to say this interview's over.
Hold on. It's pretty clear you have an agenda here. I'm not going to be a part of it. Excuse me.
You can't just walk away, Commander. The public has a right to know. Isn't it true you're just a shill for the Council?
Nope, not true at all. Alright, so I got some experience and some money and some stuff for that. That was good. Now, let's go shopping. First things first, remember to change into my new armour. Or we've got the Mercenary 4, which is actually very good indeed. Also, as it's cheap, I will actually now finally pick up a Solaris 3. Yes, just for my own benefit. Interesting. 2 Solaris 3 amps, one is common, one is rare. Both are the same price and have the exact same... Alright, never mind. I'm going to take the rare one, of course. And I'm also going to take this Mercenary 4 armor, because that's pretty good. So, let's just quickly change all that round. And, yes, now Commander Shepard mysteriously looks quite a bit like Spider-Man. I quite like that. Excellent. Also, I've realised while I've been doing this, that apparently I have points to spend. 4 points to spend, in fact. Alright, no idea where they came from. I'm going to max out Decryption with Tali to increase the range of everything that she's got. And other than that, oh, what is the best thing to do? I never really want her to have first aid. I don't need her to have first aid. I'm going to have plenty of first aid floating around the team between Caden and Liara. So that's not really that important. And electronics is... I may as well just put it into electronics as a starting point, just to increase her shields. I only had points to spend with Tali because she didn't come with me to Edolus. That makes sense. So we are back at the embassies now, and I believe we have to have a chat with Nasana Dantius, who is over here in the embassies. Now, if that name sounds familiar to you, those of you who've played this game, it's because obviously she appears again in a larger role in the second game, but some people just forget that she was actually in the first game because she wasn't a big part of it. She was just she was quite a small part of it.
I see you got my message.
So, are you in trouble, Nasana?
Sounded like you need...
My sister Dahlia is a crewman on a cargo vessel operating out beyond the fringes of the Traverse. Her ship was attacked by privateers. There were no reported survivors.
That's too bad, says Shepard. I'd like to think Shepard just goes, yeah, that's too bad. Bye.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Oh, she's a little bit more sympathetic than that.
This is where... But she was taken prisoner. The slavers demanded a huge ransom from me in exchange for returning her unharmed.
Well, if your family's so wealthy, then I guess you'd better pay.
I did what they wanted. Transferred the funds to the account they specified. Only they never released her.
Right, so you need my help then. Okay, I found some armour that's pretty good from the Hanar shop that I can just afford, so may as well get that for Tali, because she could use a little bit of extra too. So, that's good. There we are, let's see how this looks on. Oh yes, I quite like that. That works quite well. And I did also know in the background there, Helena Blake, who it's really easy to miss. Because if you happen to not come back to this shop or not pay attention when you do, you can miss this woman so easy. But this is quite a cool subquest.
Hello, Spectre. I have a business proposition for you. I'm acquainted with a pair of powerful crime bosses. They're hiding on remote worlds, and I have the coordinates. You could do the galaxy a favor.
Well, this is an obvious setup.
I eliminate them, and then you take over and try to eliminate me. How stupid do I look?
While I appreciate your estimation of my bravado, I have no intention of attempting to murder you. Once they are dead, I will manage our organization in a more tasteful manner.
Yep, I'll take this mission. Why not?
Excellent.
Oh, is this the argument about the unborn child? Yep, here we are. Unborn child, something, the genetic testing, yeah.
It's my decision.
Woman has dead husband, she's pregnant by dead husband, child might have genetic abnormality, needs to be tested, but disagree whether they should be or not.
I don't need
Yeah. This is a really boring little submission. I'm just going to skip to the end of this. The thing is, if you listen to all the arguments, like, yeah, danger of therapy. Here's the thing. If you ask her about the danger of the therapy...
1 in 300 at most.
But extranet articles say there could still be long-term complications we don't know about.
So basically, she read an article on the internet saying it's more dangerous than the actual statistics say. So therefore, she is going to refuse what is a seemingly quite a safe treatment. So I'm going to tell her to get the treatment because all her arguments seem to be predicated on an article that she read on BuzzFeed.
For what it's worth, I think you should consider undergoing the therapy.
And you should listen to me because I'm Spider-Man.
Who are you anyway?
I'm Spider-Man.
It's my decision.
No, it's worth it. I'm speaking in blue and that means you have to do what I say.
If you trust that it's the right thing, I'll do the therapy.
So there we are. There's a fairly pointless little sub-quest, but alright, done now nice and quickly. And, oh, here's Conrad Werner again. Yep, I remember you. You're one of my favourite characters in the whole series.
Hey, can I get your picture?
I suppose.
Are you kidding? Nobody will believe that I talked with the beautiful Commander Shepard unless
okay.
I get a picture.
Conrad, you're significantly annoying me by talking about the beautiful Commander Shepard rather than the very good at their job, very tough, very effective Spectre Commander Shepard. This is quite sexist. Also, your wife will not be thrilled about you talking about how you met the beautiful Commander Shepard. And now for even more subquests. Yes, when you come back to the Citadel the second time, everyone gives you subquests to do. Hello, Kahoku. Yes, they were all eaten by Thresh and Maul, which means all of them were less awesome than me, because I was not eaten by Thresh and Maul that time. Also, I'm Spider-Man. Ooh, level up. And more importantly, I also need to have a chat with Emily Wong Part 2. Yes, Emily Wong. Oh, you've actually put some clothes on this time. Magnificent.
I'm investigating traffic controller conditions now, and I wondered if you could help.
I'm going to be honest, that is somewhat anticlimactic. So, Emily Wong just wants me to place a bug. We can do that. And the control room is upstairs from CSEC. I've already swung by here earlier. It's well worth coming up here, even if you're not doing this mission, because there's a load of terminals you can click on for loads of experience. Like, there's a few hundred experience points in here just for clicking on stuff. So, very, very useful. In this inconspicuous location, plant the bug. Lovely. And then just pop back down to Emily Wong. Yeah, while there's a lot of missions to be done in the Citadel on your second visit, they're pretty much all very short one-off missions. Right, Emily Wong, that's all done.
I'm already getting readings. This is going to make a great story.
And improve safety, which was the whole point.
Here, this is everything I've got from my publisher's budget.
Well, it's a good cause. And I think there's, yep, Gareth, one more person who has got something to tell me. Gareth's brother is missing.
Talk to someone else if you need anything.
Go on, tell me what's wrong. I can probably go halfway across the galaxy to fix it.
You're a soldier.
Alright, I'll do it.
If your brother's still alive, I'll find him.
Yep, some free Paragon points just for agreeing to do the missions. That's nice. And more importantly, we need to swing by Morland's famous shop, because he's got something I most definitely want. Hello, Morland. Grenade upgrade 2, so number of grenades carried is up by 1. Excellent, that is exactly what I need. And with all that done, we are actually ready. Yes, we are all actually pretty much ready to crack on with... Ooh, I think actually that may be a new... Yes, that's actually true. Sometimes if there's no conversation in the lift, there is you actually get new missions in the lift, which is fun. So yes, we just got told there is a hostage situation in Hades Gamma, which I'm sure we will deal with at some point or other, but not exactly at this second. But yes, we're going to head on our way now. I think we've done... Oh, there was something to look at there. Inspect the weapons. Yep, those are weapons. Good. So, before we actually head back into the ship, let's do another quick upgrade session. I'm going to max out warp, actually. Yeah, I really want warp to last for, last 20 seconds, 10 damage a second, lowers damage protection by 75% with a 6-meter radius. Yeah, I think I want that, thank you very much. We're going to max out electronics on Tali, because that's ultimately what Tali's here for. And I think we will just keep putting into hacking. We'll get up to master hacking as soon as possible, not least as the reduced reload time is just excellent. And Liara will I think we'll pretty much max out Asari's scientist as soon as possible, because the reduced recharge time plus the advantage to first aid is very useful, given she'll actually be my only first aider going forwards, at least for the time being, assuming that she actually happens to come through. So, oh no, no one scans Spider-Man. Nobody scans Spider-Man. Yep, no scans for Spider-Man.
Decontamination in progress.
I don't need decontaminating, I'm fine. Yes, and here you are. You've come back on the ship, and as a result, you've changed back into your normal gear, your non-armor, and you head straight back round, and you're straight back at the door, and you have to run back onto your ship. I love it. I just love the feeling of connectivity. Oh, it's great. So yes, if you make any jump...
Message for you, Commander. Just came in over a secure channel.
Shepard, this is Admiral Kahoku.
Then Admiral Kahoku immediately gets in contact with you. And he tells you... It's Cerberus.
An Alliance Black Ops organization. Top secret, highest level security clearance. They've gone completely rogue, Shepard. They're conducting illegal genetic experiments, trying to create some kind of super soldier. I found the coordinates for one of their research worlds. I'm uploading them with this message.
So yes, all of a sudden it turns out that Cerberus are involved. I think a few people potentially missed this. A few people do actually miss this, that Cerberus do actually play a not tiny role in Mass Effect 1. Obviously, they're a huge part of Mass Effect 2 and 3. I think people just got a lot of people who haven't kind of done all the submissions in Mass Effect 1 just assume that this all happened, everything that happened in Mass Effect 2 and 3 related to Cerberus, that was just introduced in 2. Cerberus did appear in 1, but it's kind of odd. I'm gonna cover why it's a bit odd as we get to their base. So yes, Cerberus is to blame, apparently, and this actually took significantly longer than I thought, so I'm actually going to call it a part there. I'd forgotten quite how much stuff there was happening back at the Citadel. But next time, we will be going after Cerberus, and it's kind of pretty much the first seriously hard fights of the game. Some of the Cerberus missions are seriously tough, so that will be quite a challenge at my current level. So yeah, that'll be interesting. So in the meantime, I've been John, this has been Menu True Nerd, and this has been Mass Effect No Guns. Thank you very much, and goodbye.